Ombudsman Morales had that letter to your client, no? And in so many words, no? $10 million. $10 million, Karen.
Well, I also don't know.
And you're doing this for free.
Yeah, that's true. That's funny because I remember my mom calling me when it came out in the headline. She said, Karen, where did this $10 million come from? Is this true? And you're working pro bono? I said, okay, yeah, that's true. If there is $10 million, then I think we deserve to be paid. But I'm just kidding. That this is something that we have that is still not clear to the defense because we don't know if there's really $10 million.
Are you saying that he hasn't really told you everything?
From what we know, he flatly denied that there's $10 million.
But did he also, and this is the other concern, no? Diba, a lawyer-client relationship, the client has to tell you everything, no? Has to lay his cards on the table, right? Did he tell you everything?
No,
ito lahat ng accounts
when
ko.
you talk of attorney-client relationship, there are information that the lawyer will receive in confidence in connection with his employment. Now, pag-usapan natin yung 10 million. Okay, paano ba ito lumabas? Okay, lumabas ito isang linggo bago magsimula ang impeachment. Hindi ko po makakalimutan dahil Sabado, bago ito lumabas sa banner ng isang periodiko, ay nakatanggap po ako ng tawag. Siyempre, ganun ho yan ang periodiko. O reaksyon po, kasi meron kami ilalabas na banner na 10 milyon. Ako po yung nagulat. Ngayon, siyempre, kailangan namin tanungin ang kliyente ukol dito. Dahil at the outset, alam namin, na dineklara na sa amin na dapat naming malaman. Sinabi sa amin ay wala ito. Walang 10 million na yan. Kaya nga nagugulat ako na sinasabi, mag-waiver na kayo. Bayaan nyo naman kayo. Ano i-waiver mo? Wala nga. Ganun nga po ang usapan. Ngayon, ito ay mahalin tulad ko. I could compare this to the 45 properties when all this started. I could vividly recall that 4 days before, or 3 days before, January 16, 45 properties flew.
Yeah, okay.
In the news. So, sa tingin ko, malapit na kasi. And sa tingin ko rin, this is some sort of a preparation, pushing us to bring the Chief Justice to the stand. Obviously, our position is there's no impeachable offense. But 10 million.
Sige.
Kaya sabi ng tao, paliwanag nyo.
Frank, ito yung tanong ko. Do you know, you meaning the entire defense panel, no, the defense team, do you know how many peso, dollar, and euro accounts the Chief Justice has?
Ganito yan. No?
I'm not,
Yes, I know.
And do you know which banks they're in?
Ganito po yan. As you know, there are 8 articles. Nagsimula pa tayo sa 8 articles. Ang 12 abogado ay dinivide sa...
Okay. So, okay. Yung abogado na doon sa article na naka-assign, does that lawyer know how many peso, dollar, and euro bank accounts the Chief Justice has?
Yes.
Okay. And they know which banks they're in?
Yes.
So you know how many? Alam nila.
Yes.
Okay. So, does he have euro accounts?
Hindi ako dapat tanongin.
Does he have euro accounts? Does he have euro accounts? So, hindi lang peso, dollar?
Alam ko wala.
Alam mo? Alam mo na wala siyang euro accounts?
Yan ang alam ko.
Because?
Well, sa aming pag-uusap, kasi lahat naman yung pinag-uusapan niya sa SALN, lumabas na yung dollar na yan. Dapat harapin yan. Sasabihin kung meron o wala. Alam namin wala.
Okay. Does the prosecution know, Congressman Kimbo, does the prosecution know how many peso, dollar, and euro accounts that the Chief Justice has and in which banks they're in?
Well, right now we're only aware of what has been already admitted, which is PS Bank.
But I'm sure you get a lot of information, no? And you've done some research.
We get information. We get a lot of volunteers, but you know, it's also difficult to be able to parlay information if you're not really certain where it's coming from. If there is an unimpeachable source who is willing to testify to it, much like the 45 properties, which in my mind has been the banner defense of the defense, for that matter, which is, you know, the 45 properties were certified by the Land Registration Authority as being so. Now, if it turns out later on that you were able to prove less than that, then necessarily it's like charging somebody for having stolen 100 million, but you're only able to prove that he stole 35 million. That you don't punish the prosecutors for that. But the heart of the matter here is there is clearly a dollar account. They have filed a case before the Supreme Court. They keep saying that the TRO was not issued because of the Chief Justice.
Yung dollar account na yun, PS Bank lang yun?
PS Bank yun.
PS Bank lang? What do you know?
May limang accounts doon.
Okay.
Malinaw yun, effectively, by asking for succor with the Supreme Court, preventing its disclosure, malinaw yun. The Chief Justice can actually just volunteer. And in fact, say that if he has nothing to hide, much like what he's been saying, we can all end this. I mean, this is an issue of transparency. And if the Chief Justice says, buksan yun, tingnan natin, I have nothing to hide, I can defend it, I come from a family of no ordinary means, then so be it. Then let us suffer an acquittal.
All right. We need to wrap this up. So just a question for the defense. No? If the Senate Impeachment Court will say, show us your SAL-N, your 2011 SAL-N, will the Chief Justice give it?
Well, I think so, because first of all, this is an impeachment case where, as we've seen, there's been a lenient application of the rules of evidence, even if the issues here only pertain to SAL-Ns filed by the Chief Justice for the past years. I think if they request him to show his 2011 SAL-N, I don't see any problem why he should not show it.
But I think the proper procedure will have to be followed. As I think you're aware of, there is that 1989 guidelines issued during the time of Chief Justice Fernand, wherein anyone who wants to see a SAL-N of any member of the judiciary will have to apply and make a request.
So the Senate Impeachment Court will have to do that. One short question and one short answer, then we'll say goodbye to you. May ipipresenta ba kayong testigo na Corona ang apelido?
Corona ang apelido? No. Pinag-aaralan pa po natin.
Ay pa rin sabihin. Pero the answer is not no. So it's not like flat out.
Katulad naman ng sinasabi namin, di flat out no. Pinag-aaralan po natin. Hintayin po.
Nabitin pa. 10 seconds.
There's a TV program I remember watching na si CJ Corona mismo ang nagsabi na in due time, siya mismo magsasalita dyan. Let's not forget that.
Okay. Pero sinabi rin po, the Chief Justice, sabi niya, iniiwan ko sa aking mga abogado, ako'y handa. Iniiwan ko sa aking mga abogado ang decision kung kailangan na kumupo sa witness stand.
Okay, we'll see you again on May 7, Monday. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sunny Angara, Karen Jimeno, and Frank Salvador.
Salamat po.
We will, in the meantime,
Tapos na tayo?
when we come back, we will be joined by Social Weather Station's Deputy Manager Gerardo J. Sandoval and Vergel Santos of the Center for Media Freedom and Responsibility. We'll be right back.